Welcome to the Friendsgiving Lifestyle Podcast, the space where we celebrate the power of community and the joy of gathering around a shared table. I'm your host, Sandra Colton-Medici, and each week we explore how to create meaningful connections, lasting traditions, and delicious meals that make every guest feel at home. From hosting tips to heartfelt conversations, we're here to help you lean into the season of gratitude. So pull up a chair, there's always a place for you here, right at the table. Let's get started. Welcome to episode 3. This is called the check-in dinner, Friendsgiving style. Hi everyone, I'm Sandra Colton-Medici, and we've done the detox, we've built the vision boards, but now we're hitting the mid-January slump where real life starts to settle back in. This is usually when the "how are you" texts start getting the "I'm fine" or "just busy" responses. Today, we're breaking through that surface level chatter with the check-in dinner. We're talking about how to host a night that's specifically designed for emotional intimacy. Your quick win for today is set the table with candles and actually light them. Science shows that soft, warm lighting naturally lowers our defenses and encourages deeper sharing. So let's get into it. All right, what's on your menu? For a check-in dinner, the food should feel like a warm and fuzzy hug. We want low-maintenance comfort. I'm talking about a big pot of slow cooker chili. I actually make some pretty good chili myself. A hearty lasagna, or a build-your-own baked potato bar. What is that action item, you ask? You're going to choose a menu that stays warm on its own. You don't want to be flipping scallops or checking the oven while a friend is mid-sentence sharing something really heavy. The goal is for you to be fully present at the table and not hovering in the kitchen. February is coming, and like I said in episode 1, sometimes we are going to be covering things that are 2 to 4 to 6, even 8 weeks ahead of time. So we're going to be talking about Valentine's Day. In the last episode, I featured our brand new products, 2 brand new invitation cards. Valentine's Day typically becomes a very coupley type of event, which means you are either celebrating Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day, or even Palentine's Day. That's why we have 2 different invitations on our website, the Friendsgiving shop. And those are the Friendsgiving invitation for 2026 and also the Palentine's invitation. So get on the shop. It's at friendsgivingshop.com and check those out so that you can start inviting your besties to Palentine's Day right now and get ahead of the game. All right, let's get into that Rose and Thorn framework. To get past the how's work talk, you need an actual framework. My favorite is the Rose, Thorn, and Bud method. So what is the Rose? This is a highlight or something that you are grateful for. The Thorn, a little bit of a challenge or something that is draining you. So what is the Bud? Something that you're looking forward to doing or looking forward to, or a new idea that is blooming. Here is your hosting hack. As the host, you go first. I know, it's all about your besties and it's supposed to be about them, but you know what? Go first. Take the plunge, do it first. If you keep yours at a surface level, chances are your guests are going to stay at that level too. So if you're vulnerable about the Thorn piece of this framework, then you give everyone else permission to be honest. So take a moment, think about what would your Rose, Thorn, and Bud be? If you have to take out your notes app, this would be the time. Write it down so that maybe you have a few. I would just take a moment to write it down so that as you work through invitations and planning and all of those things, you don't have to worry about what you're going to say. You've already got it written down and you don't have to be like, him, haw around it. You've got it right there in front of you. The next part of this is let's hold space. What exactly is that? This is the most important part of the night. There's not a fix-it mode when a friend shares their thorn. You know, our typical instinct, our immediate sometimes instinct is to just jump in with like, oh my gosh, I have such good advice for you. Don't do that, okay? Here's the vibe. Today, we are just witnessing this, okay? We are just listening. Before the meal starts, tell your guests tonight is for listening. We aren't here to solve each other's problems unless someone specifically asks for help. This creates a massive sense of psychological safety. It's about being with your friends, not working on them. Okay? So what happens if the energy gets a little too heavy? It can, and that could be very, very real, and you might have to do a slight pivot. What would that pivot be? How would that pivot look? Have a few lighter, what we call connection cards or prompts ready. Ask something like, what's a small win that you had this week that felt bigger than it looked? This keeps the conversation focused on personal growth and internal check-ins rather than just venting. You want your guests to feel lighter, not like they just finished a therapy session. All right, how are we going to wrap up this gratitude? Real friendship isn't just about the highlights. It's about being there for the thorns too. When you host a check-in dinner, you're calling your friends, you're telling them you don't have to be on to be welcome at my table. And a lot of people feel like they have to be on all the time. Not at this table. Next week, we're keeping the warmth going with our winter soup swap. I actually just got one of my favorite soups at the grocery store, and it's the chicken corn chowder. If you've ever had it, it's at Albertsons. It's one of my favorites. All right, with our winter soup swap, it's the ultimate low-cost, high-yield gathering. One last thing, and it's a call to action, and that is, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. I know, I am just shamelessly plugging this, but I would love it if you subscribed to the podcast, shared it with a friend, and also hung out with us over on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/@College of Style. I would definitely love to see you in all of the places on social. And of course, check out the shop with our brand new products. We are going to be releasing a lot of new things in the coming months. We have our first 2 products on the shop, and we just released our first Spotify playlist, Friendsgiving, January 2026. So if you haven't had a chance to see it, it is on our blog, but it is also in the show notes. I will list the link there so you can see it over there as well. Run, don't walk to our blog also. I think our blog is one of the best parts of the shop. So go over to friendsgivingshop.com, click on where it says journal at the top, and you will find all of our blog posts there. The Clean Slate Supper is the first blog post, hydration stations, creative infused water bars for January hosting, goal getter gatherings, how to structure a vision board potluck, the ultimate guide to hosting a Girl Scout cookie themed Friendsgiving, the inverted Friendsgiving, turning the table on the new food pyramid, a silicone soiree hosting a future-forward, robot-assisted Valentine's and Palentine's Day Friendsgiving. That one is one of my favorites. And also the after party for progress, why the MLK post-parade Friendsgiving is the new standard for intentional community. One of our most recent posts is called Beyond the Board, following up on group goals in February. So check out all of the blog posts on our journal, and just know more is to come on the Friendsgiving Lifestyle podcast. I'm Sandra Colton-Medici, and I will see you at the table. And if you'd like to support the podcast, definitely send me an email at support@friendsgivingshop.com.